Well, I'm sure you've already heard that Wizards of the Coast very likely just got busted in a huge lie. What's up, everyone? Jeremy here. And, well, I really wish I didn't have to kind of be spreading negative news. And so that's why I polled all of you and I put together maybe a couple hundred responses. And I found most people probably really weren't that upset about it. But this morning, our friend Rudy broke the story, and after doing my own digging, and really most of his case is pretty hard to argue, it would appear that Wizards just simply lied about any kind of reprint for Eternal Masters. They lied to us, they lied to the vendors, they lied to the local game stores, they lied to everyone to make more money. After this video, which I will link in the description below because I want to give credit where credit is due, and especially, I like to bring in more into my deplorable bunch. Rudy lays out a very convincing case to prove that Wizards of the Coast simply did not have a second print run of Eternal Masters. In fact, they printed plenty of the product the first time around. And this product is, in fact, the second missing wave. When Eternal Masters was released, it was largely available, I would say, for most people. And while some prices were a little high, I think most people could get it. There were certainly pockets of where people could not get it. But it never quite reached the point of Modern Masters 2, where it was available for months afterwards. Local game stores were waiting and waiting for the second wave of Eternal Masters, and it simply never came. So the logic behind not releasing the second wave of Eternal Masters is simple. They did the research. They knew the market could not absorb Eternal staples, Eternal reprints at the rate that it does for modern reprints. So they held back on this print run, fully intending on releasing it around the holiday season. Now, I gotta admit, credit where credit is due, and as a marketer, I gotta respect it. As somebody who I feel tries to represent the players, I hate it. Okay, I hate duplicitousness under the guise. It's like, I'm going to lie to you and also garner fake goodwill. And after suffering through this election cycle where members of both parties were constantly lying to all of us, this is more of the same propaganda to generate feels, and I just have to point it out. I think overall, I do kind of like the unpredictability of the print run. What Wizards of the Coast does here is they establish precedent that will make sealed product hoarders think twice about diving in too deep. Now, the ones with insiders will always have information, and putting my fake Rudy tinfoil hat on, he said he doesn't have any sealed Eternal Masters hoarded. I wonder if it's because he knew there was a second wave coming, Rudy. Just saying, my tinfoil beard is on there. But, hey, and if he knew, good for him. What I think this does, though, is it establishes a precedent where Wizards can be a bit of a wild card with premium product, and overall, it will mean less people will be willing to take the risk of hoarding because they're basically going to say, oh, crap, what if Wizards just releases a mysterious late-year print run of this product, and then all my hard work hoarding this sealed product will go to waste. So I think I actually like it, but I really hate that they lied to everyone, especially about, like trying to garner goodwill. I mean, the press release was oozing with, this is for the players. We did this for you. Now rush out and buy this to tell us thank you. That's how it read to me, and I got sucked right into it, and I don't even feel bad about it. You can't be right about everything. Although the original time I recorded that Eternal Masters video, I did say, or I had originally thought it was nothing but a cash grab, Good thing I didn't go too deep on that, because I probably would have been wrong, because clearly this is a part of their plan all along. This timing comes along with Kaladesh sales are down. I think Aether Revolt is going to be down. I think they're putting out too much product for people to absorb, people's paychecks. We have the Christmas season, which will be a nice spike for them, but I think the player base is getting tapped out a little bit. And Eternal Masters coming out this late in the year, I don't think it's going to do too much for their bottom line. I mean, I guess it will probably sell, and I'm happy for local game stores. Most importantly, I have a good friend of mine who just opened a local game store, and this is great for him. He just bought in like a few months ago, and you know, this is great because it's going to get people in his doors. Now, hopefully they buy some other items from him, but I think the local game stores win here, and I'm happy for that. But I can't get over the fact that they lied. And now I polled all of you, and like I said earlier, with about 200 responses, everyone was kind of split 50-50 into, you know, hey, dicks, or whatever, at least it means I might be able to draft Eternal Masters. And I think that's probably okay. I mean, the greater good excuse for the lie, I don't accept. And I think Wizards should issue a redaction and come clean on this, because if they're willing to lie about something like this, then it starts to pull at that thread, right? I've been obviously a little bit over the mistrust side, but it starts to pull at that thread each time they tell us something that, you know, that we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. Well, then they do it. And then we find out they had been planning this for months. I don't like that message. Maybe Wizards really did do this, but he brings up a very valid point in that, you know, a vast majority, I don't want to throw a fake number out there, but if I had to, it'd be like 75% of the cost in any print run is in the setup phase, okay? The cost of running an extra 50 pallets is minuscule. The incremental cost of running more in anything in manufacturing is far less than the setup. So there's no way they spent all that money to set up and just run another print run for people. Of course they printed. I feel like an idiot. Of course they printed this back in the summer. Well, I mean, I'm stupid. I can't believe I even thought that they'd do, and wouldn't even have made sense for them to do an extra print run. But one thing I don't want this to ruin anything for any of you. I want all of you to, if you want to draft Eternal Masters, please don't pay over MSRP. I think the MSRP already exceeds the EV of the box, and the EV of the box is going to continue to drop. So don't overpay for Eternal Masters. Don't pay more than MSRP. In fact, if you can get it below MSRP, I think that's obviously a better price. We all know the markup in these boxes is extremely high. So, you know, I'm going to go over and deal with this little booster box over on Mediocre. But I wanted to get this out to you. Just, you know, don't let it ruin your weekend. But I need to point this stuff out. Obviously, I'm extra vigilant nowadays about truth. And I really hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks, Rudy, for breaking this. And I appreciate having another friend in the community that is interested in the truth and not just shilling positive vibes on the hype train, because truth is what will support this game. Lies and hype is what leads to a bubble that will eventually burst.